Security of the AWS cloud is one of Amazon Web Services' highest priorities, and we provide many robust security options to help you secure your data in the AWS cloud. One of the features I want to talk about is security groups. At AWS, security groups will act like a built-in firewall for your virtual servers. With these security groups, you now have full control on how accessible your instances are. At the most basic level, it is just another method to filter traffic to your instances. It provides you control on what traffic to allow or deny. To determine who has access to your instances, you would configure a security group rule. Rules can vary from keeping an instance completely private, totally public, or somewhere in between. Here is an example of an AWS multi-tier security group. In this architecture, you will notice that multiple different security groups have been created to accommodate this multi-tiered web architecture. If we start at the web tier, you'll notice that we have set up a rule to accept web traffic from anywhere on the internet. HTTP is port 80 and HTTPS is port 443. To accept traffic from anywhere on the internet, we'd select a source of 000, 0/0. Next, if we move to the app tier, there is a security group that only accepts traffic from the web tier. And similarly, the database tier can only accept traffic from the app tier. Finally, you will notice there has been a rule created to allow administration remotely from a corporate network over SSH port 22. So let's switch over to the console and take a look at creating a security group. Here I am logged into the AWS Management Console, and I'm going to click EC2. In the navigation pane under Network and Security, we'll see Security Groups. Let's click that. Now we see a list of security groups that belong to the account. To create a security group, we want to click Create Security Group. A pop-up window will appear. In this window, you will notice that you can create a name, a description, and finally some rules. Next, if we go down here to the rules, by default, all inbound traffic is denied and all outbound traffic is allowed. If you want to edit this, you can from here by clicking the inbound and outbound tabs to adjust rules. You can edit by traffic type, protocols, port ranges, and source. Best practice is to figure out what traffic is required for your instance and to specifically only allow that traffic. Let's create a web server security group. For name, I'm going to enter web server SG for security group. For description, I'll say allow web traffic. And just like our previous example, we want to allow HTTP and HTTPS traffic. For type, I select HTTP. For source, I have again the 0000/0, which represents all IP addresses. I want to allow the entire internet. We also have the equivalent for IPv6. I add the HTTP rule, and I have one more rule to add, HTTPS. Again, I want to allow the entire internet on port 443. Now I can go ahead and click Create. And now you can see our new web server security group has been created. Let's go over what we discussed today. AWS provides virtual firewalls that can control traffic for one or more instances called security groups. You can control the network accessibility to your instances by creating security group rules. Designing good security groups is necessary for security compliance. Security compliance will be covered in further detail later in this training.